All right, Saagar, tell us what you're looking at.
I'm actually not doing a monologue today, or at least a written one, because in a few minutes from now, the NASA UFO report will come out, and I'll be doing a live reaction, either in this show or probably later on our channel, depending how long it takes to digest. But I did think it would be fun to preview that with a little bit of skepticism, so people do know that I don't accept everything around the UFO topic. You might have seen the internet dominated recently with these images after the so-called unveiling of alien bodies before the Mexican Congress. Let's go ahead and play the video for everybody up there on the screen. Krystal, as you can see, these are basically almost like ET level bodies that have been compiled, have been put together. People who are watching, this is literally was a video taken directly from the feed that was there. And I've actually gotten a lot of messages about this. Like, oh my God, is this real? Is this what's actually happening? The bodies, how come nobody is paying attention to this? And listen, guys, this is just a massive red flag for me on every level, aside from the fact that the bodies quite literally look like ET. Let's just give a little bit of a background about the person who is behind this. And once, I don't want to besmirch anybody's character. I'm just giving you somebody's record here. Let's go ahead and put this up there. All of this has really been pushed by a guy named Jaime Maussan. He's a Mexican UFOologist. He's got a big YouTube channel. And just off the bat, I can't help but think of one of the most legendary incidents that has happened in the UFO alien world, where he had something called the Roswell slides, and which purported to show a dead alien. And as you can see there, this was back in 2015. He actually had to apologize, admitting that the picture actually showed the mummified body of a child. I would also note that Ryan Graves, one of the pilots who has come forward and talked about his experiences and also the experiences of others about the UFO phenomenon and encounters by US military pilots, was present and has now denounced the said incident. Let's put this up there on the screen. He says, quote, "After the U.S. congressional UFO hearing, I accepted an invitation to testify before the Mexican Congress, hoping to keep up the momentum of the government interest in the pilots. Unfortunately, yesterday's demonstration was a huge step backwards for the issue. My testimony centered on sharing my experience and the UAP reports I hear from commercial and military aircrew through the ASA Witness Program. I will continue to raise awareness as an urgent matter of aerospace safety, national security, and science, but I am deeply disappointed by this unsubstantiated stunt. I also, unfortunately, have to flag for everybody that, Krystal, this is not even the first time that Jaime Maussan has passed some of this stuff off. In 2017, he had actually published videos called Special Report Unearthing Nazca, as in the Nazca lines in Peru, where these supposed bodies come from. Okay. And in 2018, he gave another presentation, actually, to the Peruvian Congress during a 4-hour meeting, again called the Mummies of Nazca. He did it in a 2019 documentary. So this is not even the first time that these bodies or mummies or whatever have been presented. I guess it's only the first time that they've been presented to the Mexican Congress. The other thing is everyone was like, oh, well, he's testifying under oath. Actually, that was a pro forma thing. It's not the same actual under oath as if before the U.S. Congress. I guess what everybody focused on was that one of the people who spoke, his name is Jose Sanchez, he was the director of the Mexican Navy's Forensic Medical Service, said, quote, "I can affirm these bodies have no relation to human beings," and said how its bones, muscles, and ligaments were put together, and said that they have 3 fingers in a wrapping manner to hold things. I would point out the DNA analysis compared with more than 1 million species. We found there's significant difference between what is known and these bodies. But has not had any peer review of those claims or any of that. So
red flags everywhere.
We got a guy who already got fooled once with a dead body to say that it was an alien. We got bodies which have been passing around. He's been passing these things around for 4 or 5 years. And then we have no substantiation on the DNA claim. We have no real under oath. All we've really got is a hilarious video and some fantastic memes, by the way. There's some great memes that are out there about this body. But I got to tell you, I'm calling BS at least on this. And very, very respected people in the UFO community too. I reached out to them privately, all warned me about this guy's reputation. They're like, look, I basically just don't believe a word that the man says. So I think it's unfortunate. I actually think it's a step back for the issue, because it's just like, come on, what you think alien bodies just materialize out of Nazca and been lying there for 1,000 years? And if it was real, then obviously a lot of people will be paying attention. So listen, there's a lot of reason to be skeptical. Yeah, there's a lot of reason to be skeptical.
The visual alone is sort of hilarious.
So come on, guys.
I mean, it just,
Right.
I mean, I won't be the first. It literally just looks like ET.
Yeah.
Like they just were like, you know, cartoonish
Right.
image of what an alien would look like from some like 1950s movie or whatever. And like, let's do that. And then the dust, why is it like dusty? And that, I showed it to my kids because we were talking about it.
That was funny. Yeah.
And they just started laughing.
Yeah.
Like even to a child, this seemed absurd and ridiculous. So there you go.
It's unfortunate.
That's all I have to add.
I think it's very unfortunate. And the thing is that the reason it went viral is because of the video and the whole like, oh, they're testifying under oath. It's just like it falls apart.
The Mexican government part
scrutiny.
was the part that, and also who, you know, there was some news out. I don't know if it was like Daily Mail or somebody like that writes this up kind of like credulously.
New York
like,
Post,
oh,
bunch of others,
they say that there are eggs in the body, and you know, and the DNA doesn't match anyone. They don't mention any of the parts of like, oh, by the way, they're not under oath. By the way, this guy has been caught like pushing things that were complete hoaxes before. By the way, you know, there was no peer review of the supposed DNA evidence or whatever. By the way, there's no evidence of these alleged eggs inside the bodies. Somehow that all got left out of the report, and so people read it and take it at face value when they should not.
Here's the thing, dealing with this topic, you meet a lot of people. And a lot of people really believe a lot of the things that they tell you. So I'm not gonna say the guy's a liar. I think he probably believes it. That said, sometimes we believe things a little bit too hard. I wanna believe, okay? I wanna believe, I wanna see it, I wanna be like, oh my God, it's real. But you gotta, if you do believe, actually, and if you're somebody who thinks there's something, there's a real truth out there, well, it's incumbent on you, and especially me in this case, in order to tell people, be like, guys, I'm not seeing this one even a tiny little bit. Could be proven wrong, but until some serious stuff goes through peer review and we see a hell of a lot more evidence and our people get involved and all of that, then I'm gonna be having my skeptic hat on. Now, what I don't have my skeptic hat on is that hopefully soon we'll be able to bring on this channel is that NASA, by congressional mandate, has had to put out a actual full report with 16 independent people, astronauts and others, as well as a NASA administrator, to tell us a little bit about what they know based upon the technology that we have in space as mandated and pushed by Congress that they have fought against at every turn. That I'm actually very interested in, and we'll be doing some analysis. But this one, just hold your horses, folks. Sorry to burst your bubble, but no way.
Yeah.
Just no way.
When you want to believe, you actually have to be even more skeptical
100%.
To check your own biases.
Yes.
So thank you for that presentation,
You're welcome.
Saagar.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
I'm excited for the NASA UFO report, though. So look out for that on the
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.